So why are we running this program? I've been involved with leadership development now for 25, 30 years, and many people have been to many kinds of programs, classroom programs, team building kind of programs. This is an extraordinarily different program because it does a few things. Number one, it puts you into an environment where it's you and a group of people who have to achieve something very, very real. You're going to have support around you, expert outdoor instructors, but even more, you're going to have people like myself who really know about leadership, really know about the issues that come up. And you're going to be in an environment where you really have to face the elements, and the elements are the people you work with, the terrain. My experience in leadership development is that when people do something really extraordinary, challenging, they rise to it, and while they're rising to it, they learn a lot about themselves. I think what's really unique about this program is that you don't really know how you're going to behave in it, how you're going to be involved in it, and what's going to happen. But having that challenging experience is going to test your physical stamina, your mental stamina, your emotional stamina, and even part of this is going to be your sense of connectedness with the land and the spirituality of it. I see this as the Cacioppe Trail for Australians, that it's a real chance for us to see what Australia is like, one of the most remote parts of the world. But a lot of people, I think, we go through our lives in the corporate world. We do things every day, we go to work, and we don't get that chance to really step out and test our boundaries and extend our limits. This does this, and I think it's ideal for anybody, especially people who have been in their work longer times, and they need to get a refreshment, a re-examination of who they are, what they want to be. It'll be a chance to really do that, come away really clear about where you want to go and how you want to achieve some of the challenges as big as the Kimberley, and you frame it in terms of your challenges, both in your life and in your organization. And that's part of my job, to have people see what they're facing in front of them. So this isn't just a bushwalk, it's a life journey or an organizational journey. People will be framing what they're doing in life with the experiences and the things that we do during this. And people like Terry Hewitt, who's probably one of the best people you can find in this outdoor world, my experience in leadership, will bring that to really raise challenging questions, to frame their real life things so that when they go back, they see what they've done here in those contexts. I think the people who are going to get the most benefit are people who are looking for a real challenge in their life to extend their limits, who feel that maybe they've been doing things and they need something refreshing and extending right now. So it can be anywhere from a chief executive officer who needs to get away from the symbols and the baggage of his or her work, to senior managers or anybody who really feels, it could be even young people, women who want to test themselves out in an environment that they hadn't had before. It's somebody who really feels when they read this and hear what it's about, go, yep, it's time for me to do something. I don't need to go out of the world to the Himalayas. I got an extraordinary adventure here in Australia with people whose careers have been running these things. So I can be challenged but safe, both physically and emotionally, and yet grow very, very substantively. So it's those kind of people. In my experience of these kinds of programs, what's most important as well is the emotional safety, that people feel they can be themselves, they can make mistakes, they can learn from it, and they learn the skills that we often need back in the workplace to support people when they're in environments that are very challenging, often beyond their own ability to do those things they think. And they learn and struggle to achieve those things. And we need to do it in organizations all the time. You have new staff, you have staff on challenging projects they haven't done before. As leaders, we need to create a safe environment for people to be both capable in the skills, but also feel comfortable as human beings. They're respected and regarded. So my job will be to teach, not only help people stay safe, but to teach them how to keep each other safe and supportive, and really become a supportive team going through a journey. More than anything, it's a challenge about yourself, a challenge to really go inside, even while you're outside, and ask yourself, who am I? What can I do at the far reaches of my limits? What am I learning about my reactions to new environments? We're all going to be stretched in many ways, but it's really learning about yourself, and at the deepest level, what is it that I really am made of? There's a lovely quote we left on a beach when we ran this. It said, "It is in the nature of humans to rise to greatness when greatness is expected." And in this environment, you're going to really have to stand up and not only put yourself under the test, but with other people. And my experience has been people come through extraordinarily terrific in this and go away with a renewed sense of how powerful they are as people and how much they can achieve. This expedition's a good word. One of the key benefits that come out of it is you'll gain a great group of, it's even more than networks, you'll gain a great group of friends. You're in an environment where you've all been challenged. You really see how people come through and stand up to this. And these often become lifelong friends. I know people who've been involved in this kind of program 10, 15 years later, they're still contacting people and asking about their families because they've been through something extraordinarily together. They've really bonded as more than a group. They became a team in the true sense of the word.